friends and family, including Bill's brother Clint and cousin Jeff and his wife Patty. Their daughter Amber had gone to her boyfriend's family for dinner and planned to join us for dessert. "I can't wait for you to see her," Patty said to me. "She's so happy." That past June, Bill and Clint and I had sat next to Jeff and Patty in the audience as Amber walked the stage at her high school graduation. Her thick, dark hair swung as she turned and looked toward the audience, trying to find us in the crowd. We all waved. Bill and I were proud to have been on the small invite list to be there that day with Jeff and Patty. Even though Amber wasn't more than 5'3", she looked tall in that flat board cap. "There's your girl," I'd said to Patty. She and Jeff had big grins and teary eyes, proud and letting go at the same time. Amber was 19 now and had begun her first year of college. She was their only child. Patty looked at her watch. Maybe their dinner went late. Bill took the pumpkin pies out of the oven. We finished washing up the dishes. Patty pulled back the cuff of her sweater and touched her watch again. She went to the kitchen window. It was getting dark. Rain came down steadily, and the street was littered with leaves. After another watch check, Patty looked at her husband and said, "She should be here by now." I wanted Amber and her boyfriend to hurry up and get here so we could start in on the pumpkin pies while they were still warm. "She'll be here," I said. I thought Patty worried too much about Amber. "Let's play." We started a game of charades, and pretty soon everyone was into the loud shouts and arm-waving that went with it. I forgot the time and the pies and that we were waiting for more guests. The phone rang, and Bill stepped out of the room to get it. We kept yelling and laughing and shouting out wrong answers. I didn't even notice when Bill came back in and gave the phone to Jeff. Bill yelled out, "Quiet!" to the rest of us, shushed us again when we didn't all stop. His eyes had turned to the glassy look he gets when something is wrong. I went to him. "What?" I said. He shook his head once. Jeff listened. He said, "Okay, okay." He hung up. Amber was in an accident. His whole body's still. It's bad. Like giving a report. Head injury. Holding himself back from the facts so they couldn't sink any deeper than his mouth. Patty went down to floor, slow. Knees, hands, butt, like bones pulled down 2 by 2. "No, no, no." Her voice rose up with each no. I went to her, went down on my knees, put my arms around her. "We don't know," I said. "We don't know anything yet." I helped her get her boots on. Amber's boyfriend was driving his dad's Mustang that stormy night. The lightweight car slid and spun into the oncoming lane, right in front of a full-size van. Amber's side of the car was hit straight on. T-boned, I heard Bill tell someone later, another firefighter who knew what that meant. Bill drove Jeff and Patty to the hospital. I helped the rest of our guests get their coats and said yes to each one when they said, "Call us when you know anything." Then Clint and I went to the hospital, too. A nurse directed us to a private waiting area, a small room with 2 couches and 2 chairs and a door that shut, which meant it was serious. Patty's sister was on the way with her husband. I sat down next to Bill and across from Jeff. Bill's eyes still had that drawn-back glaze. His face was pale. I took his hand. The couches were so close that my knees brushed against Jeff's knees. The news was bad from the start, and it didn't get any better. Pretty much the same news delivered over the hours by a nurse, a doctor, a social worker, a nurse again. Brain injury, internal bleeding. Trying to stop the bleeding inside her long enough to get her in for a brain scan to see if her brain was still alive. After the nurse left the first time, Patty said, "If she's going to die, I want her organs donated," preparing herself for the worst. Hours went by. When the emergency team stopped the bleeding, they let Jeff and Patty go see Amber before they took her for the brain scan. "Do you want to come too?" Patty asked. Bill said no. I said no. It was too private, a thing only for a parent. While they were gone, Bill and I walked out of the room, circled the bigger waiting area. People reading magazines, a big man asleep on a sofa, his hands pressed together and folded under his cheek. We didn't talk. We made that circle a few times and went back into our little room. When they came back, Patty said, "I don't care if she's paralyzed. I don't care if she's in a coma for the rest of her life. I want her to come home." We'll take care of her.